Yeah, is it going to be Cassante locked in second just to get it early? As that's a Zoe hover. That would be an interesting one. Certainly one of... I remember Faker being very outspoken, saying that he was the best Zoe in the LCK a few seasons ago. But we're just hovering through some fun things. There's a bit of archery to be done by Gumayusi. Definitely the champion that I probably associate him with.
Still, my favorite pace game I've ever seen was him on Ezreal back in Challenger, summer 2022. And I gotta say, I really trust Paze to pilot Ezreal well, but I don't know how good you're going to be feeling playing into, I think particular TF really makes it so hard. Point and click CC is kind of his bane.
And no harm, no foul. However, Ona being able to trade evenly on that front is certainly good news as Lehends goes in, looks for Carrier as Paze and Gumayusi fighting, and Guma's going to say that that one is absolutely fine. The flash forward, almost for there it is! For Carrier, oh my goodness, Lehends being able to pick it up with the ignite.
No, that was 100% Lehends, because if you look here, so you have Carrier and Lehends fighting, and then Guma and Paze, but Paze actually doesn't hit either his W or his Mystic Shot. Guma just keeps on walking. So Guma gets full Blight stacks, gets a Q off, and everything feels great, but then here, Lehends, beautifully done. Guma is just a split second late, gets caught off guard a little bit there, which means that he doesn't actually... Living his best life as owner, paying a visit towards the top side.
Yeah, making his way in. Zeus is already ghosted as Kane was trying to get out of there. It doesn't quite work. Walks back, picks up a rock, but he's just dead. That is going to be the Glacial Prison. Owner going to place him right into it, and that is going to even out the kill score on the...
Picks up his mercs. Probably was hoping that he had them beforehand.
Oh, Solar Flare coming in. Gumayusi going to immediately put that cleanse back on cooldown as... True shot crazy. Anyway, Lehends making his way in towards his bottom side, and there is a ward in this brush as well. There's the flash forward. Stuns go by as Solar Flare will connect. And Zeus absolutely nowhere to go after the flash, and that is a kill going over to Paze this time around. Not taking his favorite summoner spell. So we're going to check it out one more time. I do like Lehends flashing for the Shield of Daybreak just to make sure that he wasn't going to be messed around with.
It's the only way that you guarantee that you can land the full CC chain, because pushing power is, oh, they might look for a play here.
Yeah, Carrier going to face check this one. That is going to be the E landing, but too much more. Carrier going to have to back away, so...
Lanes most notably mid. Gen.G is going to be set up, so T1, they need to try and get in here, but they're taking a lot of poke.
Yeah, there's the Weaver's Wall as Paze is on the other side of it. Carrier goes in, True Shot Barrage is decent, but Gen.G's health bars are going down so incredibly low already. Both of the tanks have been taken out. And Paze, the only one with a decent health bar. Canyon not going to quite be able to make it out there as Jovi will finish him off, and Paze is flashing over the top of the seismic shove. And now it's Gumayusi and Ona that are on the run. Gen.G walk out victorious.
Victory, but they wanted more, and I think they bit off more than they could chew.
Let's have a look at it one more time here as Gen.G, they had the setup, but the destiny, the timings, this wall, it all seemed to work for T1, at least in the beginning.
So a lot gets thrown in here, and that's the problem, right? Glacial Prison, ultimate from Guma, ultimate from Carrier. So yes, they take down the front line, but then here, just taking the Herald, I think would have been a better call. But then again, you look at what Gen.G have. If you try, with those health bars, with all the initiation tools gone, if you try to do Herald, hit the knockup, hit the CC chain, and then go from there.
Well, Canyon looking for a bit of a pincer play as the Glacial Prison doesn't find the mark. Weaver's Wall comes down as Chovy gonna get pushed back. A flash from Lehends, but he's got nowhere to go. Solar Flare comes in, he stays alive. It's the Primal Surge that keeps him up. Still, he's out of this fight now. Carrier also very low. True Shot Barrage, not really finding the key targets. At first Drake, the T1 picked up, still very, very good because Gen.G have tried to get a monopoly on it afterwards, but now the Destiny comes in. Chovy gonna just flash over the wall, and he is going to be fine. Canyon looks for an opportunity. Solar Flare comes in as Gumayusi has just dove on top of him. Not quite enough damage to take him down, though. True Shot Barrage is going to be great, and Gumayusi will be immediately punished. Shield of Daybreak, Carrier goes down as well, and Gen.G will fight back, and Paze is looking for more. They get the vision onto Zeus there, but he's not going to be discovered. That was a blind one from Canyon. Decent little attempt, but it doesn't quite work out, as Keen will be able to lock down Faker here, who was on the wrong side of that turret. And from this point on, man, it's getting real difficult for T1.
Oh, T1!
Oh.
Again! Think they have the angle, and I understand that they have the lockdown, they have the TF. And Chovy gets out with a sliver of health, right? Flashes over the wall. Actually, I think he was like, what, at half health at that point?
Yeah.
And
like, oh yeah.
Different eras of Blue Ezreal as well.
He has certainly abused items for a long time, and now it is Zeus' turn. Oh dear. Alcove Gaming, not his favorite, that was able to be won by Gen.G.
This is a very accelerated Ezreal.
Yeah, certainly an accelerated version, but still kind of ridiculous. Owner. And fighting against Lehends and Keen, they don't have a lot of damage. The blue side next time around as well. So not counting them out in the series, but this game is looking rough as Carrier is going to go for a bit of an engage here. Chains of Corruption going to connect as well, but the flash out from Canyon avoids the piercing arrow. We've got a lot of Glacial Prisons, but it's Faker that falls down and Chovy just stands his ground. Now Zeus on the other side of the fight, he'll find Paze, who instantly cleanses. Now waiting for that Arcane Shift to get over the wall. Valkyrie is there for Chovy as he closes in, and Canyon, he'll find the spear onto Carrier. Nowhere for him to go, and now they're underneath this inner turret, and I do not think they're safe. Keen able to tank forward, Gumayusi to be taken down. The executions one after the other. And
game lead here because, again, I understand you need to try and do something, right? They lock down Kenya, but the follow-up isn't there immediately. And because Guma and Carry are relatively far behind, they don't actually do that much damage. Then it's Lehends that actually tanks the ultimate here.
Yeah.
That none of the damage gets on top of Chovy. And then I don't need to explain that. I've said it like 15 times now, but again, we keep saying the same thing. T1 goes in, they don't kill who they need to kill, and then Gen.G just pick up an infinite number of kills.
And Lehends just walks at them with his shield glowing, and there wasn't really too much of an answer because these cooldowns have been used. Spear, not going to quite find the mark there, but there is poke coming from absolutely everywhere. Zeus, oh my goodness! Canyon and Chovy doing a whole lot of work. Doesn't find that rocket, but it doesn't matter. They'll find the inhibitor and the one in the mid lane as well as Gen.G utilizing this Baron relatively effectively, moving up to a 3k Baron power play.
It's a pretty good one, Atlas.
They're not going to spend that money, I don't think, because I think maybe this could be the last ditch as, okay, Ona goes in, looks for that fight, but Carrier, he's going to be the one to suffer for it. In goes Lehends as well. True Shot Barrage finding some targets. Gumayusi going to be his first one. And now Chovy just wants over the wall. He'll flash it in the end as Faker on the fountain, not going to be able to get anything done. And Gen.G, they will be able to claim the first Nexus in this series over T1, and we'll see what they have for us in Game 2.